Hello, welcome to the All or Nothing podcast. Our official sponsors are KR Couriers and Transport Limited. This is a Northwest based courier company delivering all across the UK. They can assist in home moves and removals to large, heavy and bulky items, collections and drop-offs. Fast, safe and reliable deliveries. Please get in touch for a free quote. You'll find all the information within the description. Thank you.
Hello everyone, we're all good. Big shout out to everyone who likes, shares, comments and subscribes to the All or Nothing podcast with myself, Billy Moore. You know, just being out and about, you know, doing what I do, speaking to people, trying to give people a little bit of hope, okay, and inspire them to change. Some people in the comments have got their own opinions. If this all it does go around and, you know, look at people's lives who are struggling. No, it's not all I do. You know, I've been there. I know what it's like to be homeless. I've slept on the streets. Right, I want to tell you a story. I've never shared this before, right? My dad, right, he came from a loving home. He had 6 wonderful children. You know, with a loving partner. He drank a lot. He drank a lot of alcohol. He was very violent. He was very volatile. He was very fearful at times. But we all loved him. And that's what he didn't understand. That's what he didn't realise. All his kids adored him. He was our hero. But he was also, you know, a poor-spirited soul. He was in the grip of his own disease, which was alcohol. You know, my mum, she'd had enough. She'd had enough of the domestic abuse and decided to fuck him off. You know, he never thought that'd ever happen. And it broke his heart. It broke his heart. She didn't want to know no more. She'd had enough. You can't blame her. You know, he took to getting his own little flat, trying his best, you know, to make amends and reconcile with his mum. But she just, her mind was made up. That was it. She was having none of it. He ended up drinking copious amounts of alcohol, gave up his flat, and lived on the streets. My dad lived on the streets. He was living with alcoholics. He was begging. We'd walk past him, we'd go, "Dad, what are you doing? Go back to your flat." He was selling a big issue. It was horrible to see, it was. You know, this big man that we loved and cared about, you know, on the streets. And he had a flat, he didn't want to go back to it. He felt better on the streets. You know, I was doing my own thing. I was using, I was stopping, I was using. You know, and this one time I'm in Walton Prison yet again, and I'm on the yard, High-Wing yard, and this little nun comes out through the gates, and one of the screws shouts me over. What's going on here? So walks over and she's looking at me. She says, "I went to speak to your father. I saw him in town and he gave me this," and she passed me a big issue in front of everybody. You know, people were in earshot of what she was saying. I thought, fucking hell, I felt so embarrassed and ashamed. You know, she said, "He loves you and he cares about you." And I was like, if he loved me and he cared about me, he wouldn't be giving you a big issue to make a show of me, you know, on the yard in prison in front of everyone. I went back to Shell and I was like, fucking hell, I fucking hated him for that. You know, but years later, it kind of hit me, you know, when he died. That was his way of, that was like a loving gesture from him. You know, giving me this big issue. Telling me, "Son, I love him." Because he never ever did say that. Yeah, and I know we can all paint a dark picture of how bad it was growing up. But I just want people to know and understand that when I'm out there on the streets and I'm talking to these people, I care. I genuinely care. I see my dad and myself in every one of those people. Struggling, suffering. And I speak to them off camera. And I hope that when they look back at what they've done and they've seen this little bit of footage, on reflection, you go, "You know what, oh, fucking hell, I can change." Because sometimes we need those curtains pulled aside and that mirror put in front of us so we can see actually what we've become. So yeah, that's why I do these things, and I'll continue to do it. You know, I've never shared that story about my dad. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching and take care.